Welcome everybody to another YouTube exclusive Danganronpa episode here on the Voice of Nick channel. We're going to be checking out what is going on in the school today. Let's give it a look. Here we go. So we had a specific objective last time. We probably want to go find Kyoko for one. And where is Kyoko? It said she was just in the general, like, hallway. So let's go take a lap here. We also wanted to go up to the secret room to bring Alter Ego. Where the heck is Kyoko? Kyoko. I can't... Wait a second. Kyoko, where are you? Wait, we're in the hallway though. Dormitory... Oh, dormitory. Okay. Wait, that was the dormitory. Hold on, maybe if we like refresh it or something. This isn't where we need to go. Come on, we have to hurry. Oh, whoops, we are with Kyoko. That's why we couldn't find her, because she's following us. Alright, now we go to the upstairs secret room. Ah! Makoto! What? Why do you seem so surprised? Nothing's wrong. Why would anything be wrong? He's acting really strange. I guess he's always acting really strange. Okay, well, gonna go back to my room now. Take her easy, partner. See ya. Did he just murder someone in here, or? This isn't where we need to go. Okay. I'm guessing he just did some kind of dirty deed in one of those rooms. Gonna dial M for Mr. Psychic Guy. Wait. 3F is that way. Are we going the right way? Yeah, it's right here. Ah! Oh, right, it's this bathroom. Okay. Here we go. Hey, Makoto. Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What? What? Just hurry up and go, and make sure you don't run off. I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful. I thought I made her mad again somehow. Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Oh, okay. I'm going. And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Why would that be a good idea? Oh, they're not all gone, actually. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. There were so many documents here before, and now nothing. Who took them and why? Wow, there's really nothing here, huh? Alright. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Oh, found it! This is a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable. And that should do it. Yeah, I think it worked. Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us, as friends. Friends? Even me? Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone, just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings. I see. And there's nothing left for us here. Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Kyoko? Yes? So we're just gonna split up? Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct? Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you gonna do about Sakura? Well, something has to be done, it's true. But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Well, then what should we... If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now. Which is why alter ego... All we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. Oh, should have taken a drink one text screen later. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. I'm kind of tired, so I laid down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving alter ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all, I had completely dozed off. Huh? The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on? Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost. Sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Alright, let's hurry. Why am I so short again? Makoto, Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? It was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside, and when I did... Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head. What's going on? Did something happen to her? Oh, I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking and calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do? First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door is locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations. We're going to force our way in. I just said... The door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Then why? It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair? Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in. Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom in the classroom. Use it. You can handle this, right, Makoto? Come on, please hurry! Okay, you two, stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair is pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... all I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura, and then... Damn. Oh, that's why Hina was crying in the picture. See, I thought that was supposed to represent Hina dying. Huh? Sakura's... heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. Oh. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the room, and Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long... I got everyone. Ah! Ogre! Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began. You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say? No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room. It was one of you! Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura! You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation. I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it, I know it. You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right. It's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina. You're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. Huh? Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackhead is this time, I owe you one. You owe them one? Oopsie. Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right? What the hell? He owes them one. I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. Yeah, how can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. Right now, our priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Well, then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura. Okay then, Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you. Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order? Fine, I'll stay behind. But then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say. Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force. You're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let all of us in, just me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
決まりだ。
Then it's decided.
何言ってんの？
Nothing's decided.
落ち着いて。
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to this request. But
ね
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
そう。
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
ね
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here out. Everyone, keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer, all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Well, where the heck is the evidence of that? Monokuma file number 4 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
ね
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
それは
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
つまり
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life? And all right before our very eyes like this? Are you curious to hear a little more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
いいわ
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is the locked room is created after the crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals his room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. Well, so for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
そう
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
つまり
Oh? Basically, the killer uses a special contraption, or tool, from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
だけど
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we could probably cross that one off the list.
そうね
Third is when the killer stays within the room until it's opened. Well, what do you mean by that?
つまり
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. Well, that sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
そうね
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room. By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere in the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think that we can cross that one off too? I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
そうね
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Alright, so it looks like somebody smashed her with that rose petal thing over there. Oh no, that's not a rose petal thing. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Oh yeah, because there used to be 5. And inside each bottle, there's a kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
それは
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
つまり
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. A Monokuma bottle has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Aha! I knew this locker would get opened at some point. Oh, look at that. There's hand marks inside. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is the 16th student. Remember they were saying that there would be a 16th student somewhere, but we didn't know where it was. Also, it looks like Sakura maybe had a fight here. There might be some evidence under this carpet. Or under this rug, rather. Alright, we got some things to investigate. Huh? The locker's open, and there on the inside is a handprint?
なぜ
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
そうね
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hidden here until the locked room was open? Don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the
違
group.
うわ
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
ね
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
ええ
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what could have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body. Maybe getting her hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya.
まあいいだろう
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting.
当然だ
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected with why she died. Yeah, I feel like you can't kill Sakura with a blow to the head. At least not, you know, in this universe. She seems to be pretty all-powerful. So, I'm guessing they poisoned her, maybe... Because we found Sakura, remember, in the... She was in the chemistry area with all the concoctions and stuff. And the poisons were labeled right next to the other stuff. So maybe somebody switched the vials. This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
それ
Well,
は
yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura got upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. Well, I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get back to the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
だって
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor! There's something else on the ground near the glass. Oh, it's the rook. Or the knight. Or it's not the rook, it's a knight. Is there anyone who's considered to be a knight in this game? I don't think so. Or a horse? No. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle is sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we saw on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Yeah, okay. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit on the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain. Added to the section of your handbook. That same shelf full of magazines. There's different kinds of magazines here. Okay, so... Oh, there's stuff over here too. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
それは
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
違うわ
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff, so she must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
ちょっと
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
ね
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get
え
inside.
そう
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. But why does that matter?
それは
Well, I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take a note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink! So that means that the can somehow dropped after we broke the glass. Because it would have to have landed on the glass. I don't know. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure until we find out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually, she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to him. This is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina? It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Howie's account! But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Interesting.
でも
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
そうね
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? Well, they must have taken her by surprise, right?
確かに
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
なんだ
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to ask you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in her rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Well, then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth, though? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
おい
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Oh, okay, thanks. Byakuya's account. Okay, I think that's everything. Is there anything else here? I think that's it. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is a smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
ね
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most
じ
part.
ゃ
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
あいいわね
Which is why I decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I'll have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, ladies and gents, we have some major stuff going down right now. We are going to find out, hopefully, who killed Sakura, or at least get closer to finding out on the next one. Guys, thank you for watching the show. These come out every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't forget they're YouTube exclusive episodes on the Voice of Nick channel, so make sure that you are subscribed on the YouTube channel to see more, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.